Dr. Patel. So for those who aren't as familiar with me, my name is Philip Matthew. I'm a third-year student pharmacist here at the School of Pharmacy. And my special topics this semester was focused on really just understanding drug information databases a little bit more. I started from a conversation I had um, back through the very heavy Zoom pandemic when I was joining in on a call with Dr. Patel and Dr. Derek Burkowski, who was talking about his app called Pyrls. And then from there, I was looking to get more involved. And I'm really fortunate I was able to work with Dr. Patel to set up a API rotation, the first of its kind, actually, with Dr. Borkowski at Pyrls. So the trajectory was already set up, and then this special topics was focused on understanding the needs that Pyrls has, both from the patient perspective and then also from the pharmacist perspective. What do students want from a drug information program or retrieval system? That's what I was trying to just kind of understand more. And so from that, I found a bit of research. The first part, especially, was really focused on diving into what goes into a really strong clinical database because it's such a broad category. And so I learned about all the different big players out there: Micromedics, Clinical Key, Hippocrates. There was one study that I looked at that kind of identified these three domains of scope, completeness, and ease of use. And I made this nice little flyer here, kind of just highlighting some of those major points. But in all of these clinical database appliances, those 3 points are really the primary concerns. And then I was also thinking about how student pharmacists and new practitioners particularly might want to have access to this information, but might need, focused content. They may not want to have the breadth that pharmacy provides. And one thing that I found that was interesting about Pyrls particularly is that they kind of went with that, or they want to go with that approach, and they want to provide the most specific and the most critically important material for the top 300 plus drugs in the systems. So next slide. And so, as you can see here on the right here, I did a little bit of a comparison between, some of the benefits and challenges that Pyrls might see in practice. And some of those benefits include things like having access to various buttons. I did a little bit of research on what a good user interface is, because I didn't really know anything about online programs and apps and how an app even works. I have no background in technology really in that sense. So I learned about the opportunities that Pyrls has. And just as a preface, because I don't think I've really prefaced Pyrls besides talking about it, the Pyrls app provides information that you can access on a smartphone, just like another clinical database app. And what's nice about it is that it groups information into 4 different quadrants about general, safety, clinical counseling points, and monitoring. And so it's really valuable for students who are just starting, or for pharmacists who are just starting, to find that information quickly. And I was thinking, what can we do with that? So I had an idea to try to create a survey capturing particularly the student experience at or within use of Pyrls. So I only was able to get some preliminary data on the survey, but I captured just baseline information that people found. They didn't have much experience with Pyrls, but they did feel that there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of potential to grow in confidence. That was something that I was really trying to measure. My original idea for this special topics, and it's something that I think going into the opportunity for other future students, if you're interested, for the P2s and P1s and beyond who are listening, is that there's a really great opportunity to capture what it means to have student confidence, or have confidence in your clinical counseling skills, and then apply that to this program and whatnot. So that's the area that I think a lot of people can really thrive with this kind of project if they're interested. I have my contact information there, as well as Dr. Burkowski's contact on LinkedIn. But yeah, this is really an ongoing process for me, because I'm really fortunate that I'm going to be able to continue learning about Pyrls and providing value for Pyrls into my Block 6 APPE.
Philip, thank you for your presentation. As I'll mention, chat is open for questions, or if anyone wants to unmute and ask. I'll start with a comment that, Philip, this is a fantastic project as a standalone, but for yourself, I hope you're able to balance, and I saw you progress through the challenge of generating the data behind products in order to move quickly, to iterate, and to find meaningful application. In this process of challenging confidence, which is very abstract, and survey data, which is very quantitative, how did you have to either challenge yourself or challenge the tasks ahead of you in being able to accomplish this combination of abstract and quantitative?
I think it's a challenge that continues to um, assuage me, but it is something that basically setting up what those particulars will be and then focusing on those helped me understand the abstract a little bit more. So, making subcategories and sub data points, sub criteria to get at that big question. And then reflecting back on that afterwards, did that really capture that abstract question that I had in mind? And if not, why? Or what can we do to make that different? That's kind of the way that I approach that. Does that answer the question? Or is that too vague?
No, I think that's a great start to it. We'll certainly dig into it in our further conversations. And before we move on to our next presentation around Read to Lead, I wanted to offer a round of applause for Philip, both virtual and audited, and continue on